Let's face it, running Facebook ads effectively is really hard. You see, what a lot of YouTubers don't tell you is that having success with Facebook ads goes far beyond running the ads themselves. Plus, since the iOS 14 update, Apple has made it even harder to find and track your target audience. So in this video, I want to give you the real strategies and concepts behind running Facebook ads that are guaranteed to work no matter what type of Shopify store or e-commerce business you are running. Also, I want to give away a free one-on-one consultation to one of my subscribers. I really appreciate all the love and support, so I truly want to give back. So all you have to do to enter is like the video, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and comment what you need help with. And please, please, please leave your Instagram handle so I can DM you if you are the lucky winner. Okay, so before you can even think about running Facebook ads, you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row and you have conducted enough market research in your industry. I literally say this all the time because I can't stress enough how much you need to do your research before running Facebook ads. Even though marketing is all about testing, you can save a lot of money by analyzing others' mistakes and their successes. So analyze your competitors' ads and see what is working. You can do this by going to the Facebook ad library. Now, I made a whole video on this, on how to spy on your competitors' Facebook ads. So I really recommend that you check it out. I'll link that down below. Essentially though, you want to study the creatives they use, what type of call to actions they are implementing, and how they actually craft their headlines. If you notice that there is one particular ad that has been running for a very long time, like several months, you know this is a successful ad. I also recommend studying your target audience as well and try to discover what they like, what books they read, what television shows they watch, etc. Since the iOS 14 update, interest-based targeting has become way more effective. And if you do this research beforehand, it can drastically decrease your time spent during the testing phase of your campaign and save money on wasted ad spend. And we'll dive into this a little bit later. Now, the last thing you want to do is make sure that your Facebook ads are set up for success. So that means you want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is installed, and now it is easier than ever to do it in Shopify. So make sure that you install the Facebook app in the Shopify App Store. It will literally walk you through step by step, helping you create the Facebook Business Manager and Pixel if you haven't created it already. Another thing you want to consider is the actual page you want to send traffic to. Even though you want to make sure you optimize your homepage and product pages for purchases, it is extremely hard to convert cold or completely new audiences. So I recommend having some type of lead magnet to capture emails of new people coming to your site to get the most out of your ad spend. If you are unfamiliar with the term lead magnet, it just means that you're giving away something for free that is of value to your potential customer for exchange for their email. So a lot of websites will offer things like 75% off, or a BOGO, or countless other things to get people to sign up for their email list. A lot of brands have also used different type of pop-ups. One that is really popular right now is the spin the wheel game as an interactive and fun way to collect more emails and phone numbers. So don't be afraid to get creative and test as much as possible. So now that all the back end and behind the scenes work is done, let's dive into the actual Facebook ads campaign manager. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you through step by step how to run Facebook ads effectively for your Shopify store, okay? And as you see here, you're gonna see about 6 objectives. Now this is the simplified Wendell, you may see the older one, but essentially these objectives are based on a sales funnel, okay? And if you've never seen a sales funnel, I'll pop one up here now. But essentially, it's just showing you the process of, taking your customers through a funnel. So the awareness objective is top of funnel. So this is reach, brand awareness, video views. Traffic is more middle of funnel. So this is going to get people to your website, landing page views. Engagement is more middle of funnel. Leads and app promotion and sales. This is all conversions. So this is all bottom of the funnel. And there's going to be reasons to use all of these depending on where your customer is in your customer journey, okay? And so what I don't recommend that you do, that I know a lot of YouTube videos show you, is go straight into conversion campaigns, okay? Only run conversion campaigns off the bat if you already have good traffic to your website and you're doing something like retargeting, okay? But if you're not retargeting existing buyers that you already have and then you have a brand new store, it's very, very hard, especially now with the IRS update, to just convert people, just first time. It doesn't really work that way, okay? So I recommend one of your first campaigns to set up to really grow your personal brand and get more traffic to your Shopify store in general is running a traffic or awareness reach campaign, okay? Those are gonna be the two best campaigns to start what we call seasoning your pixel. And this just allows Facebook to get more and more data so they know who will be interested in your products. So definitely do not start off with a conversion campaign. And I'm gonna walk you through when is the best time to start running conversion campaigns. And I'll get to that in a second. So for the sake of time, let's just go click traffic. All right, continue. All right, and so what you're gonna see here is three things, okay? You're gonna see the campaign, which is the overarching campaign, right? Your ad set and your ad, okay? And what you're gonna wanna do is name your campaign, what it is. So for this, I'm just gonna say Shopify traffic campaign. But you really wanna be descriptive because when you're 10, 20 campaigns deep, you wanna know what this campaign is about specifically. And trust me, it's gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of headache going through your Facebook ads manager, and you'll be able to find things a lot easier. Okay, so Shopify traffic campaign, boom. All right. Now, depending on your category of your products, you may have to do this, but more than likely you won't have to. As you can see here, most of this is like jobs, professional certification, auto loans, housing, political, civil rights, elections, stuff like that. But if you fall into any of these categories for whatever reason with your Shopify store, which I would be hard pressed to say that you would, this is what you want to make sure that you declare, okay? Moving on. If you want to change your objective, you can at any time. If you create your campaign, you're like, I want to change it, you can here. All right, and this allows you here, you'll see A/B testing. This allows you to just create an A/B test. So if you want to, test a creative against each other or copy your headlines or audiences, you can do this here. And then this is pretty much advantage campaign budget. This used to be CBO campaigns. It's essentially the same exact thing. They just gave it a new name. And for me personally, I like running what is called ad set budget optimization, or ABOs, just because I got trust issues, but I like to do my own optimization and I like to see my own spend rather than Facebook deciding how to spend my money. But there's, again, you can run campaign budget optimization, or you can do it yourself. It's entirely up to you and how you like running ads, but there is no right or wrong way. But if you want more of a set it and forget it and Facebook determine where they should spend your money, then by all means, use this advantage campaign budget, and Facebook will do that work for you. Okay, so let's move on to the next page. Okay, cool. So now you're at the ad set level, right? And this is where you're going to be able to tell Facebook, where you want to send this traffic to. Do you want to send them to a website? Do you want to send them to an app, Messenger, WhatsApp, calls? And for your case, you're going to send them to a website. And also you want to name the ad set as well. So this is where I normally use for naming convention, like the target audience I'm going after. So maybe 21 to 65. Maybe if I'm going after specifically, I don't know, people that like Supreme. If you have a clothing brand, let's just say that. And then, I'm just going to do men. Right? And then you want to do the actual location that you're targeting. So you could do US. I do recommend testing just one country at first. You can do the big 5 if you have, which is Australia, US, Canada, United Kingdom, and I'm missing one. I can't think of it right now. Sorry. But you could do the big 5. But I recommend just sticking with one country, the country that you're in for now. Then as your budget increases, then you can, go abroad. This is where you can set your daily budget. So you can do $5 a day, $10 a day. I recommend, depending on your actual budget, that you split up your campaign budget. I would say 75% should be top of funnel things. So that's traffic, awareness, and then the other 25% should be with conversions, with retargeting and stuff like that. And I'll get to conversion ads in a second. But let's just say, you have a $300, ad budget, then you would only want to spend $7 a day, and then $3 a day would be for your conversions, okay? Or for your conversion campaigns. And you can do this no matter how much budget you have. Obviously, if you want better results, I would say spend more than $300, but I'm just using that as an example, right? If you have $3,000, then it'd be $70 a day, and then $30 on conversion ads every day. But y'all get the point. This is where you want your start date of your ads to start. Some people like to start them at 12 a.m. It's really up to you. I haven't seen it really play that big of a difference in my campaigns, depending on when I start the ads, but it's entirely up to you. And then this is where you actually create your audiences. So the cool thing about Facebook is they allow you to create custom and lookalike audiences. I will say they're not as effective as they used to be, but they're still very effective. Building out custom audiences, so you can, if you do already have an email list, you can import that into Facebook and they can find them on Facebook and Instagram. If you already have some type of pixel data on your website, you can use that to craft audiences. But again, it's not as powerful as it used to be, but it is still useful, and I still recommend that you test it, okay? So for now, we're just gonna do completely interest-based targeting. And so let's just say you're a clothing brand and you find out that your target audience, really likes Supreme. So you can type in Supreme clothing, boom, and you'll see here. And then, they're going to show you what audience size that falls into. So for 18 to 65, it's 54 million to 64 million, okay? But let's just say I only want to target men. Then I only want to target men, 21 to 35. Boom, you're going to see that target audience drops. Now, I will say before, you used to want to be a little bit smaller with your audience sizes, but I definitely recommend you being a little bit larger than what it used to be. So, excuse me. So I recommend anywhere between a million. I recommend, having bigger audience sizes, and keeping it in the green is a really good place to start. Anything in the red to the yellow is a little too big. So I recommend keeping your audience sizes in the green. Anything in the yellow and the red is either too specific or too broad. But there may be some use cases where you might want to be very broad or specific, especially if you're running like specific target traffic to a specific area in the US. Then okay, but most of the time you want to be in this green area, okay? From there, you can then decide your placements. Some people like automatic placements. I'm not a big fan of automatic placements personally. I like using the feed, so that's Instagram feed, Facebook feed. I really don't like the audience network at all, or running to Messenger. Again, you can test this for yourself, but for me, I haven't gotten a lot of good results running it that way, but for some people they might have, okay? But I only like running it to feeds and stories and reels if it's applicable with your creative. All this other stuff I normally turn off because it just hasn't really worked well for me, okay? And again, you can test it for yourself if you like, but I recommend just running straight feed. I wouldn't waste money on like this article, like nothing like that, okay? Then also what you're gonna wanna do is I always like to run on mobile devices only. I found that to get the most bang for your buck. Again, you can test that as well, but I just like running on mobile devices. It's a lot easier. A lot of people buy stuff off their phone, and I've seen that convert a lot better than desktop. All right. Then from here, you can do optimization for ad delivery. So if you want to do landing page views, link clicks, impressions, I recommend link clicks and landing page views. Test which one works best for you. But for this, I'm just going to use link clicks. And then it's going to ask, how would you like to be charged? I would always say, charge you by link click, cost per click. They get you by doing impressions, so definitely do link clicks. And standard delivery is fine, okay? Now, I will say, once you get more data and results and you know your numbers, you can put cost per result. So if you know that you can only spend 50 cents per link click, you can put that in, and they will make sure that, they'll try their best to make sure that, you get that result that you're looking for, okay? But if they can't get you that result, then they just won't spend your budget, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So that's pretty much the gist of the targeting. You can really spend a lot of time here really testing, but I would say start off with the ones that I gave you and then go from there. Okay, next is the actual ad and creative. So here you can actually name your creative and decide, what you want to name it. So I'd recommend, again, making sure that you have good naming conventions of the creatives that you're using, and then go from there. And then here you can either manually upload your creatives, or they can pull from the catalog that you have on your Shopify store, which is really cool. And then you can either upload a single video or a single image. You can do carousel posts. You can do a collection. There's a lot of things that you can do with your creative. And for the sake, I'm going to see if I have any creatives here to use. Oh, no, I forgot. This is a
new ad account. So this is where you can upload your creative, and this is where, you know, you can put your primary text in your copy, okay? Um, and so this is where you see your headlines. I don't think anything is going to show up because I have here no creatives, but this is where it'll display your ad preview and what it will look like, okay? And this is where you're going to actually put the website URL for your Shopify store. Okay, now I recommend adding UTMs, and if you're unfamiliar with UTMs, this is where you can just get more accurate tracking of where the traffic to your website, homepage, or product page is going from or coming from, excuse me. And you can set this up in Google Analytics as well in the Google Tag Manager. So you want to make sure that you set up UTMs. I'll have a link down below, and if you want me to create a video on that, I will. And this is where you can use your call to action. So this is where you can use learn more, shop now, all these things. And this is where you actually add your pixel for the tracking. So you can add your own pixel data if you like. I definitely recommend always make sure that this is checked. Always make sure that you add your pixel. If you don't do that, then you're not going to accurately track, you know, the process, okay? And so this is essentially how you set up a campaign, and it's honestly not that hard, okay? Again, if you've already done your research, okay? And then you want to do the same thing for a conversion campaign, okay? And this is where you're going to allocate the other 25%, you know, or you can do 30, 50%, however you want to allocate your budget to conversion campaigns, right? But I recommend allocating money for conversion campaigns and allocating it to, you know, abandoned cart. So a lot of people will come to your website and just abandon cart. So you want to run retargeting ads to them, okay? And so literally you can run ads to people. Once you start to collect data, you can run ads to people that added carts to your Shopify store and didn't check out. You can retarget the people that went to your website and didn't buy. Those are the type of conversions that you want to run. You can even run conversions to people that interact with your Facebook or Instagram page, right? So those are the type of conversion ads that you really want to be running, okay? But overall, running Facebook ads is very, very simplistic. Don't overcomplicate it. Just make sure that you do your level of optimization, okay? And so that is literally it when it comes to Facebook ads. It's fairly simple. Then also you want to make sure that you keep in mind your break-even point and your lifetime value of your customer. Because if you notice that your break-even point is $20, right, then you don't want to be spending more than $20 on acquiring a customer. Simple. But I will say, if you know what your lifetime value is of your customer, let's just say it's $100, you know, even if you don't, you know, make money with the ads themselves or acquiring a customer, if you know your lifetime value is $100 for a customer, you can spend more money because you know ultimately you're going to get that money back, okay? So make sure that you like and subscribe and comment what you need help with so you have a chance to win a one-on-one consultation with me. I would love to help you out. Until next time, be easy.